move on to another service delivery protest today and go to Mpophomeni, that's in KwaZulu-Natal in the Midlands, where residents have also been protesting, this time over an electricity outage. The local DA mayor claims that the protest is politically motivated, that the ANC has been blocking development in the community. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan is standing by for us to give us an update. Karinda, on just what's been going on in the last few hours and what you've seen.
Indeed. Well, we are now in the Mpophomeni area where the electricity outage occurred. My colleague Pilani Zuma will show you the transformer that is under question when we talk about service delivery and the outages that happened. Now, as we arrived here, there was a large group of community members that were discussing with their councillor the way forward. Again, the allegations are that the ANC had orchestrated the protest that occurred on the outskirts of Mpophomeni yesterday, and the allegations is that this is because it is a DA-run municipality. But the ANC ward councillor for this Ward 11 joins me now, Councillor Tulani. So thank you for speaking to us. You've heard the allegations from the DA, in fact released a statement yesterday. But tell us about the nature of the protests. Did you orchestrate these protests that occurred yesterday?
No, thanks very much, and greetings to the viewers. No, this is a pure community protest, where the community of Korea in Ward 11 were not happy with the manner in which the issue of electricity disconnection happened. So it's only the protesters which are community people. That's how you saw them when they were here when you arrived. It was just only residents of this area. No ANC, no EFF or any other party that were involved. It's only the community.
Again, just going back to those allegations, and we'll talk about the actual service delivery issue in a moment, there were also images showing what appears to be an ANC representative handing out food parcels to the protesters yesterday, and the allegations are that the protesters are not from Mpophomeni. What do you have to say in response to that?
Let me start by saying the protesters are from Mpophomeni and in this area. But we were joined, because it has been 3 days, we were joined by people from other wards who are in solidarity with this section. So there are about 5 wards of which were there. But secondly, the issue of food parcels, yes, it did happen. During the strike, people put together some donations, 100 rand there and there, and then they went off and buy food for people. It was not only the ANC. Everybody that were there contributed, because people have been on the road for many days and they were hungry. So the people that were there couldn't neglect that, and they helped.
What is the community's issue with this specific electricity outage incident? We heard from some that it was a miscommunication issue as well, or a lack of communication. Tell us about why the community has blocked the municipal officials from coming through to fix the problem.
Yeah, I think they were correct to say it was the lack of communication, because it was never communicated with the people that on that day we are going to run an audit, we are going to remove the transformer. So what happened, there was an electricity outage which happened, I can't remember, but 2 weeks ago. And instead of that being fixed, there was some part of the transformer, I don't know whether it was a fuse or whatever, that were removed, And there were allegations that the transformer has blown up. So what happened the next day, the electricity was restored, there were lights. But on the same night, on that day, there were cables that were cut off, those cables that you can see now. They were cut off, and I think that's what angered the community, because there was no communication. Even myself, I called the controller, I called the manager of electricity, trying to source what is happening, but he was saying they were going to attend to this matter, but nothing that came forth. That's why they say there was a miscommunication and people were not correctly briefed.
Councillor Tulani, thank you for shedding some light there. Now, he also tells us that the committee that has been formed to attend to the situation has agreed to open up the area, allow municipal officials to come through and attend to the problem. But there you hear, denying the allegations that this was a political planned or orchestrated protest, saying that it included a number of residents in and around Mpophomeni, also saying that indeed food parcels were handed out because people were hungry, not from the side of the ANC, but also now hearing that residents were initially upset because of a lack of communication about how the service delivery issue was being attended to. Of course, next we would be speaking to the Umgeni local municipality mayor, Chris Pappas, and also just to shed more light about how the two parties are working, or if not working together in this newly run DA municipality. Of course, the ward council here, an ANC member, and we're seeing protests on the ground that the DA claims was orchestrated, but the ANC here saying no, this was just a service delivery protest because of a lack of communication.
Karinda, Jagmohan live for us in Mpophomeni. Thank you very much for that update, Karinda.